edited outside, and I don't really think that was that great of an idea, because if you know anything about me, I hate editing on a laptop. And it was hot as fuck outside, so that was not as enjoyable as it might have seemed. I think it looked a lot more enjoyable on the camera. It was like a good idea in my head, because the vibe looked good. I'm like, let me enjoy the nice weather and all that. But once I actually sat down, it was blazing hot and the vibe was not really that great. So today I've just been really kind of fucking chilling, to be honest. I edited and uploaded, did some laundry, cleaned my room up, but I've just been chilling. Recovering and getting prepped for work. This week of work. That deck killed me. Bending over, screwing all them screws and shit. My hamstrings are wrecked. I went through like 6 boxes of screws. But today marks officially 2 weeks without social media. And it's kind of just like normal now. I don't think about it anymore. It's become even more just natural than last week. This week I didn't open my apps at all. Like, I didn't accidentally, like last week, the first week, I had some slip-ups where just, instinctually I opened the app when I got bored or when I had downtime, like specific times where I normally pull up the phone. My mind and body kind of just did it the first week, but this week I didn't do it at all. So, again, use this as a sign to everybody that might be thinking about it. I highly suggest deleting the apps or just getting off of them and not opening them. It clears up the brain a lot and you get a lot more done. I don't really think I'm ever going to have them again, to be honest. It's just too enjoyable not having them. But I'm going to read for a little bit, I think, right now, while my clothes finish up in the dryer, and just chill. I've been drinking Liquid Death like a fucking madman. So yeah, cheers to 2 weeks no social media, and preparing for the upcoming week. The 3-day weekend was pretty. Well, I guess I shouldn't say 3-day weekend, because we still technically worked by going to pick up the dump trailer, and I did the deck, but just having majority of the days off was pretty fucking relaxing. I guess Friday I did work and Saturday I worked, and Thursday. Well, I guess Thursday, and I worked Thursday and Saturday. So I really had one day off, I guess, and today, but it wasn't big jobs Thursday or Saturday. It was just picking up the dump trailer and that for work. But it was relaxing to be able to mentally just take a break for a little while, for a couple days, and kind of reset. And today feels good to be able to just chill, get some shit done around the house. You need to do that every once in a while. You need to take some time off or you'll really burn the fuck out. And I could feel it, when it starts to happen, when the burnout starts to happen. It's like, oh shit. It takes over my fucking body. But now I feel fresh and ready to go for a couple more fucking weeks, just go hard. Not this week, but next week we have that big job coming up. And this week we're going to have to do a lot of prep for it. So it's going to be a lot of mental production needed. And efficiency. I did want to talk about one thing. The power of finding one or two people in your life that, that are loyal and ride or dies. And just sticking to them. I'm a full and firm believer in it is better to have one or two people, not family, but just friends, that, that's your ride or die. And not worrying about having all these friends, having those two people that'll fucking die for you and that you would die for. I think that's super beneficial, because especially when it's somebody that shares the same mindset and ideas to an extent. You don't want a yes man. You don't want somebody that's exactly you. You want differences in some perspectives so you can grow together. But if you have that person and you guys are on the same track, it literally needs to be one person. And if you have that, you could literally take over the world with this person. And I'm not even saying like, I'm saying as a man, right? You need another friend that's a man that because like girlfriend wise, obviously, I'm also a firm believer in you know, there's a big narrative going around nowadays that like, don't get into a relationship young because it's a distraction, and I think that is completely false. I think if you focus kind of, you know, not your whole soul focus, but if you put a little bit of attention to finding the right one early on at a young age, and when you find that one, just lock it down. You could front load that work and get rid of it, right? And now it's less work to keep this one really, really good girlfriend or boyfriend happy than it is to be chasing and trying to find this. So I'm kind of going off on a side tangent, but to finish out that idea is, don't believe what people say when they say, when you're young, you shouldn't even get a relationship, it's a distraction. Yes, it could be a distraction if it's toxic, but if you find the right one, it saves you a lot more time and distraction than, you know, being a young man just chasing chicks every fucking weekend. Find the right one and settle down. But now we're going back to the friend, right? You find that one friend that you guys share common ground, common ideas, common beliefs, you know, and you both are striving for greatness. That is a fucking a lethal combo. That's an equation that just equals success, because when you start to falter, that other person can catch your back and vice versa. And if you find that one friend, it's not like they're going to pull you to go do things that you don't want to do that's taking you away from your work, because you both will be going to that work, so to say. Example being like, tonight I just want to chill, or I want to go to this bar or something, and you may relay that message to this person, and this person might be locked in at that point and is like, no, remember, this is the goals. Have a person like that is on the same plane as you, same wavelength. It's just amazing to be able to bounce ideas off this person and you know, curate whatever the fuck you guys want to do in life. And I think a lot of people are missing that. A lot of people don't have these deep relationships with people that make them a better person, and vice versa. Instead, they just have a bunch of shallow level relationships. I'd rather take one deep relationship than 100 shallow, because the shallow, you're not really gaining anything at all. You might gain fun times and instant gratification from this person, like, oh, let's go out, yada yada, and nobody's striving for better. But with that real core friend, or like two friends, really, I think is like the maximum. You develop something deeper because you're spreading these deeper ideas and this deeper knowledge, and it's sometimes easier to get shit done with two people than it is five. And that sounds controversial, kind of, because like, oh, more work can get done, but more important work can get done when there's two brains that are on the same wavelength working on something than five brains that are all fucking all over the place, right? I don't know. That's my little rant, I guess, but I'm going to go switch this laundry. Just keep that in mind moving forward, the two things. It's not always a bad thing to get in a relationship as long as it's a good relationship, whether it's girlfriend or boyfriend wise, because they'll keep you locked down, and it's it's easier to focus on work when you already got the one you want than, you know, trying to focus on work when you're searching for all this shit. And then you only really need one or two friends that are your deep friends that are like family, instead of having 100 fucking bullshit relationships. All right, time to go switch this laundry.